This is the Whole Care Network. Helping you tell your story one podcast at a time. Content presented in the following podcast is for information purposes only. Views and opinions expressed in this podcast are solely those of the host and guest and may not represent the views and opinions of the Whole Care Network. Always consult with your physician for any medical advice, and always consult with your attorney for any legal advice. And thank you for listening to the Whole Care Network.
The following podcast sometimes offers unusual solutions to usual problems. These solutions are meant for qualified agencies or individuals to put into action, and I'd be willing to bet that's not you. Listen, folks, we don't take ourselves too seriously. Neither should you. So, let's go have a laugh. Welcome to Unscrew It Up, providing differently twisted solutions to life's little problems. I'm Josh.
I am Amanda.
Amanda, last week we talked about awkward social situations.
Well, we talked about social situations and how you were awkward in them. It is not necessarily that they are awkward social situations.
We didn't really touch on awkward social situations that are virtual, that are caused by all of the Zoom meetings and all of the video meetings.
Yes.
It's funny because I saw a thing on social media where a county board meeting got hacked. Did you see this?
No.
And a fellow was in a state of undress, enjoying himself.
No.
Like that was the hack.
But he wasn't like one of the board members.
No,
Okay,
no.
okay.
And he wasn't bored. Neither were they.
Yeah.
That's not happened to you, has it?
No. The worst thing that happens, because we are on virtual meetings all the time, is when people don't mute themselves and they're
Yes.
yelling at somebody else in the house. So I've been on a call where a colleague has been yelling for her husband to open the door because her packages have arrived and she's yelling about what's in the packages. Zoom, you can mute people. I haven't figured out yet how to do that on Teams. The other thing that was really interesting, wasn't awkward, super interesting this week, is that if you use Microsoft Teams, Teams now has an avatar, like a virtual AI avatar that you can change to. I think it's a pilot program, so not everybody has it, but you can change yourself to like your avatar, and it mimics everything you do. So if you raise your hand while you're talking, it'll raise its hand. Its mouth is synced to your audio, and it is the oddest thing. I don't have that. I can't do it. But what I do enjoy in Teams is gallery mode, which I saw you playing with earlier this week. And it'll put you in a movie theater. It'll put you like at, I don't know, the Last Supper table, I think. I also discovered this week it does Minecraft, so I was doing that and taking shots, screenshots to show the boy child. But I didn't realize it changes it for everybody.
Oh, yeah, no, I saw that. Did you do that? And everyone's like, what's going on?
Well, it only changes it if you're in gallery mode.
I see.
The thing is, we're all supposed to be paying attention for business purposes, but Teams is employing things that we're just messing around with it.
I would totally do the Last Supper one, and then, like out of spite, if someone's annoying me, put them in the Judas section or whatever, and I, of course, would be Jesus.
That's right. Yes, got it.
So maybe we'll do a whole show on that. Awkward virtual situations.
Yes, got it.
But today we're going to talk about restaurants and the restaurant experience. But first, we're going to have an update from Wilson Technologies. Yesterday's solution solving tomorrow's problem. Is that right?
I think it's tomorrow's problem. I don't know what it is.
I should probably write this down or put it in the articles of incorporation of Wilson
we
Technologies.
need some business rules. Yes, go ahead.
But Wilson Technologies, I have asked them to work on this idea that I came up with. Several of the things that we've done kind of have to do with this idea of exercise. I mean, it comes up a lot. In fact, today I may share one of my ideas for exercise in the restaurant realm.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a thing. It's a problem. Like, we need more exercise. We, the global we, or
Yeah.
at least the societal we. I can't speak for other countries. But also another problem that we have is our carbon footprint.
Yes.
Another problem we have is how much energy that we're using because we're on the grid.
Yes.
So how can there be a way for us to both exercise but also, contribute
Reduce
to
your carbon footprint.
contribute to the betterment of the world?
You're going to make me run on a treadmill, aren't you?
It absolutely has to do with treadmills. So the third problem that I want to address, though, is I don't care how many screens you have in front of you that are trying to make you think that you're running through the Grand Canyon.
It's not accurate.
It's boring.
Yeah.
It's boring. I hate treadmills. I hate bikes, like this Peloton thing.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
never tried that, but I'm sure that I'd hate that as well. How can I make this so that I just don't feel like I'm running in place? And also get exercise and also reduce my carbon footprint. I've got it.
All right. Let's hear it.
Wilson Technologies is working on this idea of the treadmill house.
Oh, I have to power my house via my treadmill?
Yes.
I don't want to.
But wait, there's more.
Okay. You went super infomercial. Go ahead.
As far as I'm concerned, it needs to be practical. I can't just be, the mouse on in the mouse wheel. So your house is kind of situated like you're in the center of a pie, right? You're in the center of a large sectioned area, and each section around you represents a different room in your house.
Okay.
You always stay in the center. That's the trick of this. You don't go to the different rooms. You get on the treadmill that corresponds with that room, and that treadmill will bring the room to you.
Oh, okay. Like
So
the
you-
carousel of progress, kind of. It's spinning
Right,
the
except
stuff
the
around you.
except the opposite,
Right, because you're not moving, it's moving. No.
So you're in the center, you want to grab a bite to eat, you get on the kitchen treadmill, it brings the oven and the refrigerator to you.
Mm-hmm.
You do your business, you get back on the treadmill and back it out. You want to go take a shower, you get on the restroom treadmill and it brings that room to you. And then you're done and it goes away. And then of course you want to lay down in bed. You get on the bedroom treadmill, it brings that room to you.
Mm-hmm.
And as you do this, the motion of using the treadmills will charge these batteries so that you can power your house. Boom. Done. Right. Perfect. I cannot think of why this thing cannot happen as soon as possible.
What are we going to do with all of our existing non-pie treadmill houses?
This is going to be probably a long rollout.
Okay. Okay.
But it needs to happen. I'm a futurist. You know what a futurist is?
I understand.
This podcast we are futurists. We are projecting what it's going to be like in the future when we are going to actually be in the utopia. And it's going to start with these treadmill-powered homes. You're powering your homes. You are exercising. And you are most certainly not bored. Now, the only problem I foresee, and it's just one problem, is the restroom situation.
What if you have to go really quickly?
It just means that you need to be a little bit more disciplined and you need to tap into your body to know what's going on.
Yes. Okay.
Solved.
Got it.
The
All
treadmill
right.
house. Brilliant, right?
Well, I mean, we'll see how that works out when you're powering the whole house and I'm just sitting in whatever rooms we're revolving around.
No, wait a second. There's a hole in the plan there.
Yes.
How would we have entire families do that? We'd figure it out. We'd have to figure it out.
These children are not going to do
We'd
this.
only be able to use one room at a time, the whole family.
That's right. So we're all in the bathroom together at the same time? I don't think so.
All right. Well, Wilson Technologies, sort it out, please, because our future is on the line.
The clock has started.
Are you tired of cutting your sandwiches into boring rectangles, but the thought of cutting them into triangles fills you with existential dread? Well, have no fear because the Isoscellator Deluxe is here. It's the perfect tool for all of your triangle cutting needs, like cutting a pizza into slices, shaping ice cream into triangular scoops, or cutting a cucumber into triangles in order to reassemble it into a fun cucumber snake. But wait, there's more. The Isoscellator Deluxe can do so much more than just cut sandwiches, such as cutting a person's hair into perfect triangles, trimming a dog's fur into triangular shapes, or using it to shave the perfect pointy goatee. The Isoscellator Deluxe, for when you need triangles, and so much more. Order now and let the triangles flow. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wilsons will now unscrew it up. The restaurant experience. We love to go to restaurants.
We do, and I think it's a problem. I think we need to scale back on our restaurant going outings, but there are still issues to solve.
I have several possible solutions to the restaurant experience because I have several unpleasant memories around the restaurant experience.
I don't really think I have unpleasant restaurant memories, but I do have things that are little annoyances that I think that the restaurant industry can get on board with. But to whom are we sending it this week?
Right. So for those of you who are new to our little program, we offer these solutions. We have decided that between us, we need to come up with 5 suggestions. We forward these suggestions to a person or an organization, and their job is to take our suggestions and make them happen. We are research. We are not development.
There you go.
So this week, we're going to send our suggestions to improve the restaurant experience to the members of the Buddy Hackett fan club.
Well, they're clearly not doing anything right now.
I don't think so. I don't think that they do much in their monthly meetings anymore. And so folks who love Buddy Hackett, fix restaurants for us.
You just so dated us because there are a lot of people now Googling Buddy Hackett.
Well, they're going to become members of the fan club. Bada bing, bada boom, more people working on my restaurant experience.
Do we think that the Buddy Hackett fan club still exists?
Yeah.
I mean, he's been gone for quite some time.
Well, so is Julius Caesar, but we still talk about him.
Okay, fine.
All right, so would you like to go first, or would you like for me to go
I
first?
only have 3, and it's my understanding that you have many more, so you should go first.
The first thing that came to my mind when we said we were going to solve the restaurant experience dates back to probably my most unpleasant restaurant experience. I was in a Bennigan's. Fridays was like the first type of that restaurant to come to Miami that I was aware of, where they put stuff on the walls and, potato skins and all the things. Bennigan's was the second, and it was right across the street. And it was still kind of a new, exciting concept. We go there. I order a chicken Caesar salad, which was new to me. Mm-hmm. I get halfway through it, and I bite down, and electricity just shoots through my mouth.
Dios mío, it's not good.
I had bit on a little disc of wire mesh that clearly came from the faucet. It was the filter that came from the faucet.
At least you knew the lettuce was clean. So did they comp your meal?
I'm sure that they did. I don't really remember. But beyond that, the number of bugs.
I don't want to talk about it. That's upsetting.
Must be in our meal.
It's true.
Foreign things in our food.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing that I can't think about. I will never eat out again.
So finding bugs in your food, finding extra ingredients in your food that you didn't ask for, that to me is a real big concern.
Mm-hmm.
You can complain about it, but it's going to happen again. We need to take steps to ensure that that cannot happen again. So I suggest that every table be equipped with a small x-ray machine.
Not x-raying my food.
What are you talking about?
You basically went back to the 80s with the satanic panic and people putting like razor blades into the Halloween candy.
No, I'm not saying,
what you're saying.
I'm not saying that this stuff's intentional. I'm saying that I want to make sure that I can tell before I chow down into my steak that there's no extra kitchen nuts and bolts in it. That's what I want.
All right.
So I want an x-ray machine or whatever the latest technology, if it's like a scanner or whatever, like an airport scanner that supposedly isn't radioactive anymore. I want a scanner because I damn sure do not want any more of these little wired mesh discs in my food. I still remember the feeling. I'm
really
still
upsetting.
cringing about that. So, scanners at every table. I want to see my dish go through on the conveyor belt on the screen, come out the other side. Bing! All good, Mr. Wilson.
So my question for you is, do you think that the restaurant should all employ this, or should this be a portable thing in which you own and take with you?
Dude, I don't want to be carrying stuff around.
Okay.
I forget where my wallet is half the time. I can't be. Remember the time I've tried to add so many things to the Wilson repertoire?
Yeah.
I've tried to have a messenger bag.
Yes.
I've tried a backpack.
Yes.
I wore hats at one point.
Yes.
Earrings.
Yes.
I've had a necklace. I'm like on week 3 of wearing a watch, but I don't know how long that's going to last because I am too old to add stuff now.
Yeah, but see, it's not age because you were trying these things before. It's just you don't want to take on anything new, and that's okay.
Right, and so I am absolutely not going to have a scanner hanging around my neck like a big old Flava Flav clock or whatever.
Okay, all right, fine.
Fine. Don't have one at each table. Have 2 or 3 scattered around that you just bring to the table with the thing. You do a quick wand wave or whatever. Oh, my food's good. Bam.
Right.
Done.
Now that I think about it, did have a similar situation at a Bennigan's when I was younger, and that my nephew got chicken tenders, fully breaded on the outside, bit into it and said, "This is cold," and the inside, it was just completely raw. And so the scanner needs to be able to pick up that too. Your food looks cooked, but you need to be able to scan to make sure it's not raw in the middle.
So like meat thermometers at every table as well.
Your
I'm
scanner
absolutely
can pick up heat, like thermal imaging.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Okay. All right. There you go.
Yep.
Boom.
Done.
Done.
Okay. My first solution solves the problem that I have of, I am going to be so good at keto. I'm not going to have the carbs. I can go to the restaurant, and my go-to keto meal at a restaurant is getting a burger without the bun and a side salad, right? Like this is, and I don't mind it. It's good. But you sit down and then you start to see the foods come for other people, right? And like you see the nachos and they look really good, or you see the onion rings, or you see whatever. So similar to how we used to have the smoking section and the non-smoking section in restaurants, I need the keto section.
That's amazing.
You go and you say, "Hi, Amanda, party of 2, we're keto." And they put you in a place where none of the carbs are coming to the tables. You get the keto menu. There's zero temptation. Now, the problem is when you walk to the bathroom and you see the other people with their, chocolate cakes and their whatever for their desserts. So you need to be the keto section needs to be close to the bathroom. And it doesn't have to just be keto. You can employ whatever. You need a paleo section that doesn't have like cheese and dairy products. Fine. Do you need like a calorie conscious, like heart healthy section? Fine. But, we can have sections of restaurants so that therefore the temptation is not around us.
How many sections are you setting us up for here?
I only need one. And as we time and time again have discovered on this podcast, this is solely for my solutions and my problems. So I'm just suggesting one. The rest of the world, Buddy Hackett people can figure it out, whatever their needs are.
But you said it yourself. So keto section, vegan section, vegetarian section. It sounds like you should just go to a restaurant that just serves what you want. Like a keto restaurant.
Then make me a keto restaurant. Fine. But we also, you and the 16-year-old both have severe food allergies. So we also need food allergy sections. But then you need a whole separate kitchen. So I don't know.
I feel like we've just gone back to, okay, you're at the
Just
keto
eat at
table.
home.
You're at the allergy table. And then we're back to the same problem. It's table specific again.
All right, fine. You fix it then. How would you fix this?
No, I'm gonna forward this and we'll see if the diet-based section of the restaurant, if that survives. My next one is based on this fact, and this fact alone, but it gets global after this. A 2007 study found that nearly 70% of restaurant lemon wedges are covered in up to 25 different types of germs.
No, I don't want to talk about this either. You got a lot of germ, gross-based problems.
Among them, fecal matter, E. coli, and contamination from raw meat.
Well, so then just don't have the lemon wedges.
Well,
Done.
see, that's what I've done. I don't have lime or lemon wedges when I go out. But in general, this idea of the hygiene of our kitchen workers
Yes.
and the solution apparently that we have to solve this is a sign that says employees must wash hands in the restaurant.
There's no recompense there. That's just we're just trusting.
So
them
that's
to do
it. That's
Right.
all that we're doing.
Yes.
No. It doesn't feel like enough. I feel like we should take this to the next level for all of our safety. I think that there should be a decontamination chamber between the kitchen and the restroom.
Yeah, I like that.
a place where the employees, they go and they do their business, which they should be allowed to do as often as they want, but they have to strip down, get blasted with disinfectant before they can even think about touching food again.
Yeah, no,
and then
I
change
support this.
into new clothes, right?
Yeah.
I think that there should absolutely be this like Silkwood level of decontamination. We talk about dating us.
I don't even know what Silkwood is.
Okay, well, look it up. Decontamination chamber. We've taken care of foreign matter in my food, and now we're taking care of germs in my food. Done.
All right, I
Bam.
support it because I really don't want to think about all of the things that you're bringing up.
Well, my next thing will not be in that vein. Don't worry.
All right, so my next thing is probably the thing that is the most problematic for me at restaurants, other than going off of whatever diet plan I'm trying to be on, and that is problem solving the restaurant experience with children.
Yes, I've got one on that too.
Okay. We like to go out. So one of the reasons why we spend so much money at restaurants is because we want to be out of the house. And the thing that we can do that there's something for everyone is to go somewhere and eat. And even when we say, oh, well, we'll go someplace cheap, that doesn't exist anymore. Even counter service gets really expensive. So if I'm going to be out and I'm going to be spending the money and the time, I want to enjoy the experience.
Yes.
One of the problems is that we as Americans speed through our food, right? And you can see that in that, like, they're trying to turn the tables pretty quickly. And we just want to be able to slow down and enjoy it. If you have small children, you know, even teenage children, that when they're done. And then you're kind of miserable and not able. I just want to enjoy my food. I want to have my drink. I want to people watch. I want to observe. Restaurants have tried to kind of address this by taking the kids' meal orders first so that they bring the food out. That doesn't solve my problem that the children are done before I am done. My suggestion is that we then employ the children in the restaurant. Once they are done eating, they get up and they have what is akin to a class job. If you are a teacher of small-ish children, you know that you can assign them a class job and they will happily do things like push in the chairs, be the door holder, pick up the trash, be the snack helper, and they do it willingly for teachers. They don't do this at home. We ask them to pick up something they've dropped at home. They lose their little damn minds about it. And so we get teachers.
Can I just break in here?
Yes.
And I'm going to admit something to
Yes.
the people.
Yes.
Our 6-year-old does everything and has done everything that his teachers have ever asked.
Mm-hmm.
One of the few ways that I have to motivate him is to suggest to him that I'm going to call his teacher.
I know it's so bad.
Well, it works.
It does work. It does work, but it's so bad.
All right. I didn't mean to cut into your thing, but
No.
I just had to confess that.
It's okay. So we employ teachers at restaurants who then are in charge of the children when the meal is over. And they come get them. Oh my goodness, you are such a great helper. We really need your help. You do such a great job. I need you to get under the tables and pick up all of the crumbs that are left, or push in all the chairs, or come hold the door at the restrooms, whatever. They don't even have to be real teachers. They can be restaurant employees that are pretending to be teachers.
I was going to say that the teachers who are listening right now, and by the way, you are a teacher.
I know.
You're suggesting to them more work. The only thing I will say about that's good is that people would actually be able to tip them.
Yes.
And they absolutely deserve to be tipped, but they do not need any more work.
But do you know how many teachers I know that have side jobs because teaching doesn't pay for anything? I know a lot of teachers who are servers at restaurants, who are bartenders, who do other jobs. So this, unfortunately, until maybe we can solve the teaching profession on an episode, but until we do that, this gives them the extra money, employs the skills that they already have, and then they get tipped really well. And so they come get the children when the children are done eating. They take them away. They engage the children in ways that the children listen to, and then we get to have a leisurely finish to our dinner.
I'm sure that there are child labor laws that would prevent this.
It's a volunteer basis.
Oh?
But the children aren't going to say no because they're listening to teachers. This will only work up to about second grade. Once they're in third grade, then they start getting a little like, I don't have to listen to you kind of thing.
Okay. We will forward this idea of possibly illegal child labor and see what happens. It beats my idea, or maybe it doesn't. I have this same idea What restaurants tend to do right now is they will take all of the families with kids and put them in the same section.
Right. So we can all be miserable together.
Well, it is the worst. Okay. So it's like you have a section of sad, weather-beaten parents who are just sitting there questioning their life choices. Really, the kids section is the new smoking section.
Yes, yes.
And except instead of secondhand smoke, you're having secondhand complaining, yelling, and whining. Bon
Right.
appetit.
Not just your child. You have to listen to everybody
So
else's.
I did want to have a way to mitigate having that section, having to sit in that section. Of course, then there's the misery of having to listen to your child complain. I was thinking that you just have like a section in the middle, and it would be the restaurant equivalent of the mall play area.
Yes, okay.
Except they just get the food fight.
Oh, but I don't want to sit in that.
No.
We sit on the periphery?
It's in the center, and there's plexiglass like a hockey rink.
Oh, got it.
And they're
Okay.
just in there, and they're enjoying themselves. You know that they would absolutely love it. And maybe some food will fall in their mouths, and then
Okay.
you can not have to feed them.
There you go. All right.
I like that, too.
It's like American Gladiators, but with food in a restaurant. Got it.
All right, so my next thing is actually a restaurant concept.
Okay.
Now, this has been tried before. I've been to a restaurant where you sit down, you order your food. There's a little grill in the middle of the table.
Sure. Cook your own food.
Cook your own food. It's like a Korean barbecue.
Yes.
I don't know if they've done it across different types
Well,
of
the
food.
melting pot was also the thing where you
well,
would
but
cook.
you can't go wrong with fondue, though.
I know, but you're still having to cook. I get annoyed by having to cook my own food. I am paying a lot of money to have to cook my own food.
Okay, but wait. Just go with me here because I'm going in the other direction.
Okay.
So I've experienced this at this local Korean barbecue, and I've not liked it because they brought the meat out, and it was under-seasoned.
Mm-hmm.
You put it on the little grill. It would stick to the grill. Not pleasant. Like this little grill looks like the Korean barbecue equivalent of the Easy Bake Oven.
Yes. Okay.
Not satisfactory. I love cooking shows, and I think it would be super fun to be allowed into a very fancy kitchen to cook.
Okay.
But I don't want to prepare the food, right? We have these meal kits that we get right now, and it's actually proven to be very economical for us. It might not sound so, but it is. The best part of that is they do all the mise en place for you. They get all of the stuff ready, and it's these little bags, which I think is wonderful. And it makes the cooking experience so fun. Everything's measured out. All you have to do is follow the recipe and cook. And we've not had a stinker recipe yet.
No, it's been great.
You have the step-by-step. It's very easy.
Yes.
The most difficult part is getting the ingredients and getting the right portions. You have this concept where you have this super fancy kitchen. You order what you want. The ingredients for that are right here. They're ready, so you just pull it out. You cook. So much fun. I feel like I'm a master chef. It's going to come out great. And then you take your food to your table. You eat your food. They clean up.
That's the worst part is the cleanup. So good.
So I even have a name for this restaurant.
Okay.
This would be called the Mise en Clean.
Okay.
Perfect. Oh my gosh. Someone's going to make $1 million off of this idea. It would be so fun. I love to cook. I just don't love all the stuff around cooking.
Yes.
Cook the meal, eat the meal,
Leave.
go home.
Okay.
Bam.
All right.
Mise en Clean.
I would go to that restaurant. I was struggling to come up with a third one so that we could get 5 to the Buddy Hackett people. And today we were in the car. We had gone to Best Buy and Trader Joe's, and we were coming home. We were sitting at a light, and the 6-year-old looked over, and he was looking at the Outback sign, and he said, "Mom, they have a Waffle House and they have a steakhouse because Outback says Outback Steakhouse." So I started thinking about how those two things make it very clear. Waffle House, waffles, breakfast. Steakhouse, what do you serve there? Steak and other grilled things. Sometimes you're traveling, especially when you're traveling, and you don't know what the restaurant is, and it has a name like Cheddar's. Okay, but what are you? And or Fridays, and or if you don't know.
Okay, Cheddar's would be a little bit easier to figure out than Fridays.
Okay, but Cheddar's doesn't just serve cheese. Like, I mean, it is an American grill, right? So I need, and it doesn't have to be the name, but I think that we should have the subtitles. So Chick-fil-A would be Chicken House.
Isn't the chicken house where they slaughter the chickens?
Probably. But everything should be labeled like whatever you are and then house, so that you go, you know what? I really feel like some chicken. Let's go to the chicken house. And or see, coffee house is a thing.
What
so
is
the
it?
word coffee house,
Oh, I
like a
thought you
coffee
said
house is a thing.
Cocky house.
No,
That
no,
also would be
that's-
chicken
That
house.
would be the chicken house, right? So like Bahama Breeze, Caribbean food house. It's like whatever it is, you have the subtitle of house, and then you say what your thing is, and then it makes it much easier for people to decide where to eat. You don't have to go to Yelp and look it up and see if it's like American fast casual or whatever they've labeled the things. It will tell you on the sign, so you get an idea. It doesn't have to be this is everything that we have, but you know, it would be like Ichiban Sushi House. Like you know what's there.
So Fridays would be Overly Fried House. They kind of have that in the name.
They do.
Fridays. They've been screwing with us the whole time. We thought that was the day of the week. No, it's every day is
There
Friday
you
at
go.
Fridays.
Yes. My last
What would
suggestion-
McDonald's be?
McDonald's would well, McDonald's.
Microwave House.
That's right. Or yeah, everything's frozen house. I don't know. Our ice cream machine is always broken house because that is also a thing. You know, I read somewhere.
Bad customer service house.
Do you know what I read somewhere that it's not that necessarily? I think this may have been a TikTok I didn't read. Look at me trying to be like I read something and it was actually a TikTok. That it's not that McDonald's ice cream machines break down all the time. It's that they don't want to take the time to clean them because it takes a while to clean them, and so they will say it's broken when it just needs to be cleaned.
Ah, that's super interesting. Okay.
Anyway, so this is my final solution is just be more transparent on your signs. You don't have to change your name. Give it a subtitle. Let us know what your house is.
I think that it's sometimes more important to put other information on the house. Like, for example, Taco Bell, you don't need that, right?
Right. No, because that's in the name.
But I think it's very important that you know that this is probably going to be Diarrhea House.
Yes, there you go. See?
Bam.
Right. Done. All right.
Although I don't know how many customers they would get Diarrhea House.
I mean, but people know what's going to happen and they still go.
Oh, yeah, well,
So, all
that's
right.
true.
Drunk at 3 a.m. house. I mean, like, whatever. That's
Wait, what is Drunk at 3 a.m. house?
Taco Bell because you don't care when you're drunk at 3 a.m. That's
true.
what,
That's
right?
true.
All right. That's all I got.
All right, so we have 6 things here. We just have to get rid of one to forward this to the Buddy Hackett people. We've got X-ray machine or scanner at your table, diet-based sections, decontamination chambers between the kitchen and the restroom, possibly illegal kids employment scheme, the mise en clean restaurant, and clear and concise descriptive signage.
Oh, but you also had the food fight chamber.
Oh, that's right. The food
fight pit. So
Okay.
we've got
food
7.
fight pit. We got 7, so we got to kill 2 of them.
I'm getting rid of the food fight pit because here's the problem. I have to put these children in my car super dirty and then be
Well,
responsible
let's just
for
put
cleaning
them through the decontamination chamber
All
that's
right,
going to be
all right,
there.
That's fine then.
All right, so which one do you want to get rid of? You get rid of one, I get rid of one. Done.
I really don't want to get rid of the child labor one, even though it's probably illegal.
How about we just not take the kids to restaurants? That's another solution, is ban all children from
That's
restaurants.
right. No children allowed in
Age
restaurants.
gate restaurants.
That's right.
There you go. 18 years old, although some 18-year-olds are a little grumpy, and I don't want them at the table with me. I can't lose any of mine, period.
Okay, so how many of you
So
have
let's-
4? So you need 1 of mine. Then give me the diet-based sections because that's my other biggest problem. If I'm not allowed to have the children...
All right, so we're going to lose the kids' employment. We have to. We have to lose the kids' employment. And fine, we'll lose the clear signage. So this is what we have. We have scanners at every table. We have diet-based sections, freaking 100 different things. Every day they come up with a new type of diet.
Yeah, I got a Mediterranean
This is
diet
going to be
section.
every
Yeah.
restaurant you realize is now going to be a mall food court size.
Fine.
Okay. Decontamination chambers, can't lose that. The mise en clean restaurant where you cook your own food in an opulent, wonderfully appointed kitchen, and then they do all the unpleasant stuff. Love that. And food fight pit.
All right, so you're solving a little bit of a child problem for me.
Yes.
All right.
Well, Amanda, do we consider this?
Unscrewed?
Yes, we do. Usually this is the place where we have listener questions. We have no listener questions today. I will take this time then to suggest that you send us a listener question if you are indeed listening and you have a problem. We want to solve it. The more specific your problem, the better we'll be able to address it. Unscrewitup@gmail.com is our email address. Please send us your questions and we will solve it.
We'll try at least.
All right, Amanda, I don't think that we can fix anything else.
No, I'm all fixed out.
We are a part of the Whole Care Network, which is a network of people who care for people. It's not just podcasts, although there are several wonderful podcasts on that network. It is also a place that you can become educated. There are resources for people who are caretakers, for people who are in the care economy. So check it out. It's thewholecarenetwork.com. You'll be glad that you did. All right, Amanda. Until next week, I got one thing to say to you. You know what it is?
I don't.
Whatever you do,
Don't screw it up.
bye.
Bye.
This is the Whole Care Network. Helping you tell your story one podcast at a time.